Hey, how you doing? Today we're in Interlaken, Switzerland, and this one's gonna have to be a little short because I'm gonna paraglide through these mountains in a few minutes. That's gonna be really cool, dude. It's gonna be nice. I think today we'll talk a little bit about some freedom, some nice, good old-fashioned freedom. I feel like I have kind of a close connection with freedom. This is gonna sound weird, but it's just like my birthday's July 4th, and so it's like I feel some underlying like connection to freedom that you guys probably don't feel as strongly as I do. Yeah, I'm kidding. No, but also, I don't know, just traveling abroad so much has taught me how necessary freedom is to, I don't know, living a life that you're content with and following your actual passions, because mostly when I hear about other countries like, I don't know, China or something, it's like the new system that they have in China is everywhere is kind of facial recognition, kind of like the movie Mission Report or something, Minority Report, where like that movie just scanned your eyeballs, but in China it's kind of like everywhere you go something's watching you, making sure that you're making the move to be a good citizen. And I think that freedom, like it or not, does give you freedom to mess up and make mistakes and do the wrong thing every once in a while. It doesn't lock you into a kind of contract of not servitude, but just living on someone else's terms. I think that's one aspect that I think the future is going to go in now, with a lot of measuring people, well, not measuring people, but always keeping track of like a person's activities and being able to know what someone's doing all the time. And I think, yeah, that if you do that, then it's kind of like a foolproof plan to mitigate like bad things that happen, but also it's a foolproof plan to take freedom away from people. But I mean, if freedom in the sense that they see it, they probably see freedom as leading to a bad thing, because freedom allows you to do whatever you want, and that's not always a good thing. You don't always want to do the best thing. But sometimes you can do something out of the box. That's a bit better of a thing. Oh, right, you gotta look at the swan. The swan is just posted up right here. This is an OG PodCurt listener. What's up, Mr. Swan? Hey. You'll listen from the back. Alright, no, but Interlaken was so beautiful. It was pretty funny. I came here all by myself just for my birthday, basically. Well, it is around July 4th, 5th today. And I mean, I came here because my whole passion, I always wanted to go paragliding. And yeah, it's gonna sound stupid. It's like, oh, I always wanted to go paragliding, but it's like, I did think about it a lot more than any other activity, just because it's kind of the closest that you really can get to kind of flying naturally, you know? I mean, there is like hang gliding too, which is pretty fun. I think those are both pretty similar, but yeah, they're both just you and the wind as kind of as one. I don't know, I don't want to get too poetic about it, but it's pretty cool. It's gonna be sick. And apparently it's like the same thing that James Bond did or whatever in one of his movies. And so basically I'm just James Bond out here. So yeah, dude, no, it's really nice. I actually met a few people last night. It was pretty funny because I know I just stayed at a hostel, and I could just make friends in like 2 seconds. And I don't know, I don't want to say it's like easy making friends, but it's fun. It is fun. I'd probably never ever see those guys again and talk to them, but they're fun to have a beer with just for the 1 second that I'm here. And I think it's cool. I'm glad. I think doing things by yourself is a lot. It teaches you more about yourself than if you're always constantly with a group of people. And I think sometimes if you go out of your way to be yourself, that's really the only thing that you can do. damn, bro, this place is beautiful. All right, so maybe let's talk about a little what I've done this overall. I think I'm a little bit over halfway through studying abroad, and I've been to, I think, I'll say 8 different cities. I'm not sure if I'll count them, but I've been to Zurich, Munich, Marseille, Paris, Berlin, Cologne, and Amsterdam. I wasn't counting, but it's somewhere in the 8-ish. Zurich was fun. Zurich was really expensive. We all of us squatted up in one tiny ass little room, and it got really messy. It got really messy in there. And then Munich was a lot better. We did stay a little bit outside the city, but we bumped into this squad who was like a bachelor party there, and we ended up like having a beer with them at the Hofbräu house, and then bumped into them later on, and it was like, oh, so we're automatically boys. We're chilling. And then we just went clubbing together with those dudes afterwards. It was a good time. And then in Cologne, I met my Philip, who was my exchange student for a year. I think that was like 4 or 5 years ago. And yeah, that was fun. Cologne is also very beautiful. In Europe, a lot of people, I think, have more respect for the nature around here and their environment, especially. And I don't know, they care more. They are more respectful for sure, because like you can trust them a little more to do the right thing themselves, like clean up after themselves. That's a big thing I see here. Like cleaning up after yourself is really big, because I don't know, in America it seems like you constantly got to have someone responsible for cleaning up an area if you know that there's going to be people there. But here it's kind of like, if there's people there, they'll probably clean up after themselves. But yeah, I think it's definitely a big difference here too, in kind of the mindset of an ideal life for people here is kind of like, do your due diligence, get your work done, have a beer with your friends, don't bump into too many walls, assume some more responsibility, get a wife, some kids. That seems like the classic. I don't know if that's just like, I feel like that's the American dream, but it's not just like the American dream, it's just like the dream. Like, I see America as a little bit like we're not as special as I initially thought we were. Out here, it's like they have an amazingly functioning society here. Everything works perfectly. The Wi-Fi, you can connect to it. It's fast. It's like I don't know if that's an accurate measure of how organized they are, but it seems like they have a lot of things tucked away. I mean, I guess that is Switzerland. Switzerland is a pretty reputable place, I guess. But yeah, going everywhere else, and definitely telling between the cities that have a lot of Turkish people or a lot of immigrants coming from the Middle East. I see a lot of that happening here. A lot of them run kebab shops, and I don't know, it doesn't seem like they're really welcomed that much by the people here, but I don't know, it's definitely a change. Everything's changing. And I'm really excited to get back home and work on the robot. I definitely have to. Dad's definitely going to be able to at least put all the parts together. I definitely can get the software up and running for the demo. Yeah, I did have a call with Chick-fil-A, and when I asked them about their biggest problems, it kind of was a resounding like we're looking to make our employees more productive, utilize their time better, because right now there's a lot of waste they see in like the kind of delivery aspects, and they have like 5 to 8 people constantly staffed to take orders and give them out to people, which is pretty redundant. And in nowadays. I don't know, I feel like eliminating jobs is not something that you go out aiming to do, but if you can eliminate some of the jobs that are just, I don't know, kind of non-purpose fulfilling jobs. I think those, I don't know if you really think, I don't know, I haven't worked one of those jobs. I think those jobs that can be automated are jobs that aren't really worth doing. I think you want to do jobs that more are like involving your brain and your mind and the specific actions of like what you can create, rather than doing a task continuously just with a bunch of labor involved and being able to call out people's names and then give food to them. It's like you're using maybe 0.01% of your entire capacity just by doing that. And so I think if we can get to higher level jobs, then we will get to a higher level of functionality and thinking as a whole society. And I think that's what we want to do, because I don't want to just stay having all the fast food places be working with a bunch of people that, I don't know, don't spend the money as wisely as they could once they get it from fast food places. I don't know. I feel like you can make a lot of money working at a restaurant, but yeah, I guess it is money. It's money. Money. Alright. We're gonna go paragliding soon, probably off this little mountain, my man. Zurich is really beautiful. Yeah, that's the PodCurt for today.